Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I would like to welcome you to my channel. Please don't be a stranger, stick around and consider subscribing. If this is not your first time here, you already know the drill. You better be subscribed, honey. Today guys is day 6 of day 6 of my real estate journey. It is Sunday, May 3rd, 2020. Just like yesterday guys, not gonna talk a lot. I'm gonna just jump right into the video, let you guys see what we are going through today. If you guys have any questions or anything, just comment down below. I answer them for you. And it is my birthday month. It is my birthday month. Hey, 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 hey. Let's get into the video, my loves.
Let's figure out here. Alright, if I'm going backwards, I'm somewhere in the northwest quarter. Then I'm somewhere in the southeast quarter. And I'm in the northwest quarter. Okay, so now that we know where this guy is, let's figure it out. So, if I figure out he's got, there's 640 acres in the whole thing, he owns 10 acres. Yeah, we agree on that. He owns 10 acres already. Perfect. Here's the dirty part. He bought 10 acres for $5,500. So he paid $55,000 for this little chunk. Now, the question is, how much to buy the remaining acres in the quarter? So what is he looking to purchase? He's looking to purchase this whole quarter. There's the dirty one. He wants to purchase the whole bloody quarter. That's dirty. Yeah, that's a dirty question. That's what I want to prepare you for now. He's not trying to purchase this quarter right there. Because if he was trying to purchase that right there, it would say he wanted to purchase the quarter of the quarter. He doesn't want to purchase the quarter of the quarter. He wants to purchase the whole thing. Well, let's figure out how many acres are in that whole quarter. Well, 640 divided by 4. Oops, wrong number. 640 divided by 4 is 160 acres in the whole quarter. Now, if there's 640 in the whole quarter, now we got to figure it out. There's 640 in the whole bloody quarter. He already owns 10 acres. He doesn't have to repurchase it. He already owns it. That leaves 150 acres remaining. If I've got 150 acres at, what did we say, $5,500 per acre, that gives us how much money to buy? Gives us a grand total of $825,000. $1,000 to buy the remaining acres in the quarter. That, my friends, those are the two non-math questions. There are the two non-math questions. I'll give you another one later on it, but those are the two non-math questions. Guaranteed they're on your exam. Yeah, really? What a way to start that. It's probably not the most relaxing Sunday morning. Just think, other people are either sleeping in or they're chilling out. They're scrolling Facebook with a coffee. And I'm throwing you down a freaking rabbit hole. Okay, so if we look at this, we've got to understand, first of all, what does he own? We're good with that one, right? So we already figured out that he owns this little section that I'm highlighting again. Right there's what he owns. So he already owns those 10 acres. Cool, good for him. So the question is, how much to buy the remaining acres in the quarter? Now, what I mean by that is the whole quarter right there. That's what he's looking to buy. If it was, I'm going to just draw the exact same area here. What he already owns. So, if it was a situation where we tried to calculate that space, well, if we wanted to calculate that space, it would say how much to buy. Oh, come over here now. It would say this. How much to buy the remaining acres in the quarter of the quarter. That's what. The quarter of the quarter. So if we look at what he already owns, we got to figure out how much he owns. Well, that's that thing where I multiply the denominators of what he already owns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's what he already owns right there. Now, how do we get the acres? So, how many acres is that? Well, he's got the quarter of the quarter of the quarter.
Focus.
So that works out to be 64. How many acres are in the whole section? The whole big section is 640.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that shortcut from yesterday. 640 divided by 64, we know he owns 10 acres. Okay, cool. Now, how many acres are in that whole section? Well, that's 640 divided by 4. So we know each one of those big sections, each one of those big parts of a section is 160 acres. You got 4 of them. You got 4 of these pieces of 160 acres to make up that 640. Well, so he wants to end up with the final 160 acres. There it is right there. He wants to end up with that. Well, what does he already own? Well, he already owns 10 acres. He already owns 10. He's already on his way. So that leaves how many left? 150 to buy. He's got to buy 150 at $5,500 a shot. $825,000. Bingo. Yeah, that's one of your non-math questions. Now, I promise you, some of you were coming up with 16 and change. So if you looked at the quarter of the quarter, So I see where you were coming up with. Yeah, I see where you're coming up with some of the other numbers, the 16 fives. So I see where you were coming up with 16 fives. Now, do you think that 16.5 is going to be an answer on the exam? Of course it is. 16.5 is going to be an answer on the exam. Just because it's an answer as an option on the exam doesn't mean it's right. Yeah, so watch out for that. Just because it's an answer doesn't mean it's right. Period. Alright, then last night I put these ones up here. This one I don't think we did, so let's do this one. Okay. Let's do number 11. North Carolina. Yeah, 640 acres is the section. A section is 640, always. Never varies. That's a constant. 640 is the section, so we got to know that. We got to memorize that. 640 is your section. All right, North Carolina residents bought their home 17 years ago for $155. Good for them. They recently resold it for $230. My gosh, what a profit would they have realized? They realized it. Goodness. Okay. So they bought a property. So let's see here. They bought the property for $155. They recently resold it for $230. So if I sold it for $230, what is the amount of profit I figured out on this thing? So if I've got $230 minus my 155, that would have been bad. So he's got $75,000 of profit. Cool. Not bad. It only took you 17 years to realize it. Well, then I've got to take the amount of profit and I've got to divide it by one of these two numbers. The numbers I divide it by are the original investment. So, I've got $75,000 of profit, and I divide it by my original investment of $155. That equals 0.48, or a 48% profit. We got a 48% profit. So you see what we do with that one? That one's easy. So that's one of those ones where, this is, I would call this one of the X factor. Remember, we got 10 math questions. There are 3 based on proration, 3 based on commission, and 3 X factor, meaning different ones they can pull from, and that one MOAP, mother of all problems. Yeah, mother of all problems. This would be that MOAP. This would be that X factor. I'm sorry, I got MOAP on the brain. MOAP on the brain, not fun. So, I'd like to introduce the MOAPs by the end of next weekend. Just to let you know mentally where I'm going on this thing. I'd like to be introducing the MOAP by next weekend. Cool. We got another one right here, so let's do it. So I bought my house for $250. I resold it for $299. What was the percentage of profit? Well, let's figure it out. So I take my $299. I subtract my $250 that I bought it for, That's going to give me an amount of profit of $49,000. I take my $49,000 and I divide it by what? My original investment. Because I got to figure out, it's the amount of profit. It's the percentage of profit is the amount of profit compared to what I bought it for, not compared to what I sold it for. You end up with 19.6, well, actually, let's do it this way, 0.196, or 19.6%, or it'll probably say rounded. Oh gosh, we didn't mean to cap that, sorry. So you're about 20% profit. 20% profit. Cool. Let's get to another. Well, I found out during the break that my dogs are hoarders. That was fun. I helped my wife move some furniture, and then I realized, wait a minute, where did all these dog toys come from? Why are you hoarding them behind the couches? Freaks! Okay, crap. That section of land Midwest are all near perfect squares. No, there's the problem. So, there, in essence, is our problem. They describe the land in near as sections, but it's not uncommon to have a situation where you've got land that touches maybe 3 sections. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Kind of like, in Carowinds straddles the state. So you got that part in Carowinds that everyone takes their picture at. So the left foot's in South Carolina, the right foot's in North Carolina. They've got a place out west, Midwest, called the Four Corners. What is that? Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, and crap, I always forget the fourth one. Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, and is that Arizona? Anyway, Four Corners. So it's where the 4 states come together. So you could touch 3 or 4 different sections, but you just got to describe it that small. Yeah, it's a nightmare out there. For sure, it is a nightmare out there. All right, let's get into. We'll get into here in the last 2 hours. We're going to talk about kinds of deeds. The first deed we're going to talk about is the types of deeds. Is a general warranty deed. A general warranty deed warranties against everything. This is the best deed, period, for the grantee. The person who is receiving grantee, give to me. The grantee that's getting the deed, this is the best deed possible. This is the best deed possible, the grantee. So, this grantee is the best for the best deed for the grantee. This is a general warranty deed. This is where the grantor who's selling, giving over the deed, warranties everything. We call it the 5 covenants. Mm-hmm. So there are 5 covenants to this thing. 5 covenants. There's a covenant of sizing, right to convey. Right. Covenant against encumbrances. Covenant of quiet enjoyment. Covenant of
assurance and warranty
future
forever.
Assurance and covenant of warranty forever. In other words, if you buy a house with a general warranty deed, you are protected. If you're going to buy a general warranty, you're protected. Everything is protected. Everything. General warranty deed. So this is, if I buy a general warranty deed, what you're telling me is nobody is going to come out of the woodwork while I'm in my house and say they've got a claim to it. And if they do, you're you're going to protect the house. Absolutely. That's what this deed is telling me. This deed is saying, if you come out of the woodwork, I'm going to step in and protect the deed.
Right.
Yeah. All 5 of these things are huge. Good questions. Or all 3? First 3 are most important. All 5 are equally important, I would say. Especially that further assurance and warranty forever. My gosh, that means you're going to protect it no matter what. Now, let's do an analogy. So this is kind of like if you're going to buy a car. Here we are. Most of us are in Tiberias County. Not everybody, but let's say I'm going to go to Beasley Cross, which is now out of business. Now it's something else. Let's call it Beasley Cross Chevrolet. So let's say that I want to go and buy a brand new truck. So I'm going to go down to Beasley Cross, and a general warranty deed on a property is kind of like going down to Beasley Cross, picking out a brand new truck. And the salesman guarantees me, look, if you buy this truck, brand new truck, right off the lot, off you go, you are protected. All you have to do for the life of this truck, all you've got to do is put in the gas. We will replace the tires. We will replace the windshield wipers, the oil. We will protect it from bumper to bumper. There are no problems for the life of the truck. All you've got to do is pay the gas. That's it. That's not a bad deal. We have had this truck on our lot for a couple of months. It's a beautiful truck. We've driven it. We've gone around the city. Nobody has touched this truck. We so believe in it, we will fix anything. Anything that goes wrong, we'll fix it. You only pay the gas. That's what this deed is. Then, the next kind of deed is a special warranty deed. A special warranty deed is where the grantor who's giving over the deed says, I am only going to
It's a limited
warranty
deed.
2 things. I'm only telling you 2 things. The first thing I'm telling you is this. While I had the house, I had a deed. I had a title. I'm not telling you what kind of title I had. I had a title to which I'm going to give you. Secondly, I did not encumber this property any further. I did not encumber it. I had a title, and I did not encumber it. So, let's say the house is 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The house is 15 years old, so it's a little bit out of date.
Right.
15 years old, they bought it 1 year ago. They put a bit of money into it, now they're flipping the house. We see it all the time.
Right.
Somebody bought it, it's 15 years old, they owned it for a year, they did some work, now they're going to flip it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to give you a special warranty. So that special warranty deed says the last year, the last 12 months, they had a title, and they did not encumber the house in the last year. Now, you can buy it from them, but if somebody comes out and says, I've got a claim to that house from 3 years ago, you're on your own, man. Dude, you are on your own. But if someone comes out and says, I've got a claim to that house from 6 months ago, they'll protect that. But they'll only protect the last year that they owned it. Back to the analogy of the car. This is kind of like, now I go down to Beasley Cross, and I'm buying the truck. It's a used truck. It looks nice. It's been washed. It's being detailed inside and out. It looks pretty. Fresh coat of paint. Looks good. I say to them, okay, what's the story on the house? Well, what's the story on the truck? Sorry. What's the story on the truck? Well, we got the truck 30 days ago. So we've had the truck for 30 days. It was parked in the front of our shop. We drove it around the back where we washed it and cleaned it. Mm-hmm. Then we drove it to the front. We've never driven it anywhere else. You've never driven it off the lot. It's a pretty truck. It looks nice. It's clean. Now, you can buy it if you want, because in the last 30 days it was fine. But if you buy it and drive it off the lot, dude, that's on you. The second the wheels leave the parking lot, that's on you. If the transmission falls out, you're screwed. But that's on you. That's a special warranty deed. I'm only telling you two things. I had a title, and I did not encumber it. Are there other issues? I'm not telling you. You're taking a guess. Then we got what's called a quit claim deed. Quit claim deed warranties nothing. Nothing is warranted in a quit claim deed. Nothing. So I'm going to explain that one here in a bit. But going back to the car analogy, this is like going to Beasley Cross and driving past Beasley Cross and going down to McDonald's and waiting until 3 in the morning and meeting a guy that I connected with off Craigslist. I pay him the money, he gives me the keys to a truck. By the time I get in the truck to start it and see it, that dude has already hauled butt out of the parking lot with my money. Turn the key, nothing happens. Turns out there's no engine. That's what I just bought, a quit claim deed. That's the issue. Quit claim deed, warranties, nothing. So we use a quit claim deed 2 places in North Carolina the most. 1, distressed property. Now every time I use that phrase distressed property, I'm talking about 2 things. Foreclosures and short sales. A foreclosure or short sale is a distressed property. With a distressed property, they're going to give a quit claim deed. The second time we do a quit claim deed is a divorce. Second place is a divorce. Quit claim deed is a divorce or quit claim deed, a divorce or a distressed property. Now, so the quit claim deed is where somebody says, you know what? I'm going to quit putting in a claim on your property. I'm going to quit or stop laying claim to your property. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop laying a claim to your property. Quit claim deed. So we see this all the time. We got a divorcing couple. Now, the divorcing couple will say, okay, let's say we got a divorcing couple and he's going to stay in the house. Now, I don't know if they're divorcing, they want to get away from each other, yeah? If we're divorcing, I want to be out of your life. I want you out of my life. We need to walk away. If we're going to walk away from each other, I want to make sure that I want to sever all my ties to you. If I want to sever my ties to you, we are going to sign over the deed. Now, what that means is if he's going to stay in the house, if he's going to go down in flames, I don't want to go down in flames with him. So if I don't want to go down in flames with him, I want to sever that tie. So I want to quit having a claim to that property. I want to go clean. I want a clean separation for me and him, for me and that property. Quit claim deed. Now, but if he decides to stay in that house and make a go of it and sell it in a year before our divorce is final, and he's making $100,000 of profit, guess what? I don't have a claim to his property anymore. I don't have a claim to go after half of that property, half of that profit. So you really got to watch out. Yeah, you're not going to go down in flames, but you're also not going to get your share of the profit. That's a quit claim deed. So we want to hand it over. So short sale foreclosure, let's put this together. Good question. Short sale foreclosure is one property called distressed. So we use this as two qualities of property: divorce, distressed. Now, that's a loaded term you threw in there, as is. Technically, every property is sold as is. Every property. You don't have to say the property sold as is, because every property is sold as is. Every property conveys in its current description. So, if I'm doing a take it on its surface, fine. So I'm only going to use this for divorce or distressed properties. Quit claim deed. Other states use what we call a bargain and sale. It really is the equivalent of a quit claim deed. Bargain and sale. But in North Carolina, there are three kinds: general warranty, special warranty, and a quit claim deed. Those are the biggest three. General warranty warranties everything. Special warranty warranties what? Two things. I had a title and I did not encumber it. Quit claim deed warranties nothing. No warranty whatsoever on a quit claim deed. Then there's some special ones. Special ones are a correction deed. So you actually signed a correction deed on your house. So a correction deed is if they need to fix something on your deed, you gave the attorney the right to do that. You gave the attorney the right to do that when you signed in your house. So what you're saying with the correction deed is if there's a problem, we're okay. We'll fix it. We see this all the time. So I'll just put this bad boy up. What a correction deed. Come on now, stop spinning. So if I do a correction deed, I could do something like this. So they'll say, so when you bought your house, you had this. Yeah, you had this, didn't you not? Oops, sorry. So, I would sign one of these. Notice here, this is just a name affidavit page. So, somebody somewhere put my name as David C. Daw on an application, a credit card, something. I would sign that. The last one, they dropped the C, David Daw. I would have to sign that. And notice the one in the middle, D-A-I-V-D. What is that? Somebody made a mistake. So that's just a typo, right? You've got that. So I would have to sign it as is. Any of the married ladies in the room, if you ever did sign anything in your maiden name, do a name affidavit page. That's a type of correction deed. That's all it is. Deed of gift. If I give property to somebody, I'm going to give them a deed of gift. Deed of release. I'm releasing property for a certain issue. I'm going to skip the next one, deed of lieu foreclosure, and come back to it. Trustee's deed. When I had a trustee for my children, I'm going to say this again. If you have children and you do not have a will, that's your assignment for the next week. Get that ready. You should have a will especially for your children and your spouse.
Okay, my love, so day 6 is in the books. I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell so you will be notified when I upload new videos. Remember to stay humble, my loves, and I'll see you guys in the next video.